Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in a little light tank that I am not a fan of, and that is the HMH 58. Well, who have you got to blame for this? Well, there is a man called Gizmo, and it's his fault. He told me to play this on stream. I think he told me to do it before as well, and I played it and we had some good games. It happens, and it's all Gizmo's fault that this tank's back on the channel. Incidentally, the man's released his first ever YouTube video. He's done one with commentary and everything. It's a good video. You should all go check it out. I'm going to link it down in the description below. Go subscribe to him. Go say hi. So go say it's a good video, because it is a good video. And yeah, pay him your respect for making me play this tank. Now that being said, we're on the HMH 58. Why don't I like this tank? Well, the mobility's okay. The V range is alright for a tier 8 light tank, right? What's bad about this tank? Well, it's the gun. It's a tier 10 that they've put at tier 8, and the gun is bloody awful. Oh, jeez, no. It's just a shocking tank. I can't put it any other. I'm not going to be kind to it. It's horrible. It's got 165 standard pendants APCR, which, by the way, its pen drops dramatically over range because of the APCR, which means that you are completely screwed against a lot of tier 8s at good range. Not against a waffle. Waffle's easy. But, you know, against... I think the pen over 500 metres, not even 500 metres, 400 metres is 124 even. It's 124 pen over a distance, right? That's not good enough to pen a lot of tier 6s. Like, it's crazy. It's a terrible, terrible pen it's got. And you think, well, okay, it's got prem rounds, right? Yeah, heat, 210 pen heat, which is not great. And let me tell you, that renders you useless against a lot of tier 9s and 10s, because the heat rounds won't pen the front of some of the tier 9s and 10s, well, a lot of tier 10s especially. And then you get to the sides and you're like, okay, I've got to hit it in the sides. Well, you fire the heat at the sides of the tanks. Well, you can't really pen those either, because it just gets absorbed all the time. The heat rounds are awful on this tank, in my experience of using it. It just it's genuinely shocking. I can't describe it any worse than I am. And yeah, and obviously, so that means you've got to get around the butts of people. Well, at that point, you may as well have been firing APCR, right? The other thing that is shocking about this tank, I mean, the reload. You're seeing the actual reload for the clip. What is it? Not 53 seconds, because that's what happens if you get your ammo rack damage, right? It's about 30 seconds, I want to say. Or about 28 to 30 seconds, okay? That's what it takes to reload your clip. And you've got a 900 damage clip, which is really good. Now, that is quite nice. That's nice to have on a light tank, right? And when the gun behaves, when the pen behaves, everything, it can be very enjoyable to play for that reason. But it's got to behave. The one thing that is shocking about it as well, and I'll keep saying it's shocking, is the intra clip. Look how slow this intra clip is. 3.25. Oh no, it's horrible. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this tank. I don't know if you can tell that I'm not a big fan of this tank. No. I know it's shocking, isn't it? I'm not a very big fan of this tank. I don't know how you could tell. But yeah, so this game, on whatever this map is, I've not seen this map in a very long time. Great Wall. It's Great Wall. We've not seen this. I mean, I don't know if I'm happy about that. I don't know if I'm sad about that. I've not seen Great Wall in ages. All we did was basically make use of the 4 and the G line, basically here, and wrecked some some tanks that should have just gone and bought a turret. Let's be honest, and got in behind cover and stuff like that. So we're coming through the middle of the map because there's only these guys left. We've got a nice shot into the GUI. Looking for a shot into the side of the turret of the M103. We get that one is. Wait for the intra clip. We get it, luckily, before he decided to turn and look at us. And as soon as we dropped the clip, we knew what we were going to do. We're going to get in behind cover. We spin ourselves around, waiting for the reload. In case we do get another shot, we can just back out around the corner and get a shot at the M103 and the GUI. But we're waiting for the reload. We were 10 seconds out, and the GUI's just died. The likelihood of getting a shot at that guy was very slim, and we don't get it. So We finished that game with 2600 assistance and 4k damage in a in a tier 10 game, which I've just been slagging it off about tier 10s, and it did alright against them, didn't it? But then again, we're basically shooting. We got exactly what this tank wants, right? We got the asses of tier 10s, and we hit the tier 10s in the asses and penned them. So we had 1800 base, 15, 15, and 12, I think it was, in the shots department. That's pretty damn good for this gun, because it's got .4 accuracy as well, I think, which isn't the best, but I mean, light tanks don't generally have that good of accuracy anyway. They tend to have, like, there's not many that have above about .36 accuracy, or should I say below .36 accuracy, that's a better way of saying it. They tend to be quite derpy light tanks. They don't have very good handling for the most part, and their DPM is usually way worse than most other tanks, and their pen is also about that as well. So, this is the game that Gizmo went, you know what, play the HMH for me. I was streaming at this point, and Gizmo put a tank request in and went, HMH 58. So it's like, really, Gizmo? Really? Oh, alright. And funnily enough, we said, yeah, you're going to do 5k. I'm like, okay, sure. We'll see how that goes. So, we've got to this aggressive position at E4 to get shots down that line as they push, maybe. And we've spotted out a CDC Black. Clearly a guy that's just got his new tank and he's like, I've got to play my CDC Black. And we showed him just how bad his tank is, which is pretty poor. And we dropped our whole clip in. Luckily they all went in. We did 912 in a clip. And I say that's what this tank is good for, is when it can output its damage into lightly armoured tanks, it's really quite nice. So here we go, we've got some shots onto a 244, right? We were going to put another shot in, but the bat chat gave us a chance. We're looking for more shots at the 244. We're looking, unfortunately, bounced that. We know he's only got about 100mm of turret armour, and we knew he only had about that on his upper plate. So I was kind of hoping that it'd go in, but unfortunately it didn't. I'm watching these TDs down here, because they might make progress, they might make tracks across that area. And it was like, okay, I might push over to get shots at him. So I decided, you know what, okay, I'm gonna go into a little bit of a climb here. I'm gonna push over here. And as I do that, this little 88 decides to push across. So I get myself into this little rock position here, where the T-28 prop can't pen me, or even shoot me, and then unload on the 88. Now this position I've got myself in is a really awkward place, especially since this bat chat just decides, you know what, I'm gonna YOLO you. It's like, well, he's going to kill me. But apparently not, because he dropped 2 into me, right? He only fired 2 then. I don't know if he'd already fired some and then not bothered, or he saw me turn around and hadn't counted the fact that I'd fired 3 shells at the 88. I don't know what he thought there. I don't know what he did. But the fact that he ran away, and just left me alone, what contributed to me surviving right there. But the position I'm in is intensely aggressive, and it's kind of reckless, and I am lucky that I'm alive. Unfortunately, I donked a shot there. I needed that shot to kill this guy. Really annoying, especially when you do stuff like that. I thought he was going to keep going, and he just stopped dead, unfortunately. But luckily for me, the ball sig has decided to YOLO him, which means I'm not going to get clipped out. And there comes Chopper to save the day. Absolutely comes storming in, smashes the batter chat 12T out of the way, and that's that threat to that side gone. Now we're going to try and climb up here and hope the T-28 prots turn around, which he's not focusing on us, he's focusing on this guy. But as we're coming along, we're just going to drop some shots into his side as he finish off the Ag, whatever it was that rammed him. I don't know, I think it was the Ag Panzer 4, wasn't it? But we finish him off, drop the final 2 and then kill him. Now, I could have shot him in the side of the turret and penned him quite easily, rather than just basically driving in front of him. Because if he decided to just ignore the Ag Panzer and then shoot me, it could have been quite sticky. But he didn't, fortunately enough for me, and I managed to shut him down. So we get some spots up here. So we see the artillery, and we're looking. You've always got to shoot a piggy. Always got to shoot the piggy. But unfortunately, we didn't find the shot. So we're going to now farm an absolutely OP terror of a tier 6 Absolution. Got a shot into him, then we got a shot into the M6, and unfortunately the final shot just didn't go in. So we're just going to reload behind this rock, hide away from this VK in the well, we're basically staying away from the VK because he'll be spotted, right? And we don't want to get pooped on by Artie, because I thought he just misses the VK. It'd be just my luck that he just hit me and killed me, right? I'm only on 167 hit points, so it's not going to take much. But then we managed to spot up this GW, and we're like, okay, where is he? I want the shots. There he is. First one misses. He gets unspotted, but then he gets respotted up. Trying to find the shot. We shut him down, track him and break his engine. That means we should shut him down, but of course Joker's robs it in his artillery. By the way, he's a closet clicker, just like Swindle. But anyway, we are going to now try and find some shots at this Absolution in this M6. So we're going to push up. We're going to see if we can close the distance and find a better angle at these guys, pretty much. Now, the Absolution is an annoying one because actually with the APCR that this thing gets, I might not always pen it, and that's just frustrating because it's a tier 6 heavy. But the shot flies into this VK and I'm like, okay, I can't rightly happily sit there because it's quite likely that we're going to get a shot from up there, because up there is a Scourge, right? We know that the Scourge is up at B9, somewhere around there, and it's quite, so we're not really wanting to sit still. We managed to shut down the Absolution, and while we're reloading, we're like, okay, we've got to get out of dodge. The VK shuts down the artillery, so that's good, because there's no more piggies. It's always a good thing, right? And we know, like I said, we know where the Scourge is, we know the light tank is. The light tank is now at F9. So we're going to make a little beeline right now. We're going to go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside, and we're going to go up the 6 line. Because what I want to do is go round and get behind the Scourge, because he's looking towards this VK101P. But with the Tiger Shark running up this way, I'm now getting it in the back of my head thinking, what if they've turned around, right? They might turn around. I don't want, because of low health, I don't want to charge up there and round and find that the Scourge and the Tiger Shark are coming down this way, and then they end my day. And then they're like, you know, it's not an unwinnable position for them, you know. They can still win this from the situation we're in currently, and we don't want that. So what I'm doing is I'm playing it safe. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait, because if they do decide to charge round, then I'm ready for them, pretty much. And I've got cover, and I can get away. But the Nashorn is being brave. I don't know if he's being brave or stupid, but we'll leave that down to him. And so if he's going forward, I'm thinking, alright, okay, they've not come forward yet. And then there's the Tiger Shark. It's like, okay, here he is. We're going to help this Nashorn out. We're going to shut down the Tiger Shark. Hopefully not get shut down ourselves. Because the Scourge didn't get spotted when this Nashorn popped up. So it's like, okay, he must not be coming back yet, right? So we've got the drop on this Tiger Shark, shut him down, and then we drop the reload. We're going to reload heat. Now this is where it's going to get a little awkward with this heat round, because we can't pen a Scourge in the front anywhere. The lower plate is like 190, something like that. It's really good lower plate. But it is a weak spot, but not for this tank, with 165 pen. I ain't penning that with a PCR. The side, yeah, sure. The rear, obviously. But but even in the side, because of the Russian spaced armor, it's still actually awkward to pen with the APCR. But the problem is, this 210 pen heat is not going to cut it against its lower plate. It still doesn't really cut it against the lower plate, and the side, it's just going to get absorbed. It's a bit of a problem. But yeah, so you see, I literally sort of panicked a little bit and just fired 2 shots at that guy and went, okay, not happening. I'm out. Bye, later, goodbye. I'm going. Get out of dodge. And we're going to put our mobility to work here, because we've got the TD down here, right? We've got the VK101P, who's still, I think, fairly healthy, and he's down there at F9. So I want to get back to my teammates, and I'm hoping this Scourge or Kirovets is following me. I've got Joker's obviously in the artillery, and he's saying, oh, if you can bring him this way, do it, because I can poop on him. It's like, sure, I'll do it. I'll entice him this way, you know. So I bring him out. Obviously, he does get pooped on by Jokers. And we've also got another artillery piece, so it's going to be the same thing. So I'm hiding now, and it's like, oh, okay, he's charging now. Right, sure, okay, right. Unfortunately, the first one gets absorbed into his side, which is awkward. And then we pen the second two on his ass. We could have killed him if we hadn't got the heat in then, because it wouldn't have been absorbed into his side. Or if I just hadn't rushed it. I kind of rushed it there. And if you see, we're on 5 kills, right? And we're on 5k damage, as Gizmo rightly somehow strangely guessed. And I'm sitting there waiting for it, going, oh, 4 seconds out, Top Gun, no, VK101P finishes them off. But I mean, it's still a great game for the HMH 58. So we ended up with 5k damage, ace tanker, high caliber, 515 assistance, 125k made, which ain't too bad, and just another very nice game, 2k base as well. Just another very nice game in a absolutely poo-poo tank. I could never recommend buying this tank ever. And if you get unlucky enough to get it in a chest like I did, poor you. Poor you. I think I got it in a chest. Oh no, I got it in a chest for Dirt Diggler, but I bought this back in the day when it first came out because it was like, oh, 13105 at tier 8, sure, I'll buy that. No, it was a terrible idea. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Also, comment on how good Gizmo's video